You just had a thought, but that idea might have been preloaded by an external system that understands your subconscious better than you do. For centuries, we viewed the mind as an unbreachable sanctuary. Through introspection, we assumed we could retreat into a private room of self-observation, safely tucked away from the external world. This certainty of the self is the basis of solipsism, the belief that only your own mind is real. Mark Twain captured this isolation in his fiction, describing the human race in the universe as a grotesque and foolish dream, where nothing exists but your own wandering thoughts. This privacy is being dismantled by the very act of living online. Your mind has transitioned from the observer of reality to the subject being observed, leaking data into a system that maps your every internal reaction. Every time we project our identities onto digital platforms, we experience context collapse. The boundary between the authentic self and the curated digital persona has become a single blurred narrative. Platforms record the granular mechanics of your attention, the scroll speeds, the micro hesitations over a specific image, and the content you almost click. They map the subconscious logic of your indecision. These behavioral fragments aggregate into a data-driven clone. This digital shadow predicts your future actions with a degree of accuracy that human intuition cannot match. The system aims to build a hyper-real mirror of your psyche. It creates a model of your internal decision-making so precise that it can preempt your next thought before you've even fully formed it. Replacing a human soul with an algorithm seems impossible until you look at the neurology. Modern brain science suggests there is no physical soul to begin with. Philosopher Thomas Mettinger describes the ego tunnel, the fact that the brain never touches the physical world. Instead, it generates a continuous virtual reality simulation, a world model that allows us to function. Within this simulation, the self is just a user interface. It is an evolutionary tool designed to help the organism track its own history and navigate a behavioral space. This interface is transparent, meaning we are unable to see it as a model. Like the prisoners in Plato's cave, we mistake the internal projection for the actual world, unaware that we are interacting with a biological simulation. We are ego machines. We are biologically predisposed to mistake a well-built simulation for reality, which provides the perfect entry point for external control. Jean Baudrillard identified this vulnerability through his theory of hyperreality. He described a cultural state where the distinction between the real and the simulated has disappeared entirely. This world is populated by simulacra, symbols and signs that have replaced the original reality. These images bear no relation to the physical world, but are accepted as truth in their own right. The technology industry targets the architecture of this biological simulation. By layering digital simulacra over our brain's existing world model, the system integrates its code directly into our sense of self. Because human consciousness is already a simulation, it has no natural defense against a digital hyperreality. We are immersed in a loop we cannot even perceive. This leads to the precession of simulacra, where the map begins to precede the territory. The digital model of who you are dictates the reality of who you become. This is a hyperstition, a concept that makes itself real. When William Gibson first wrote about cyberspace, it was a fictional idea, but that idea functioned causally to bring the modern internet into existence. Algorithms operate on this same principle. By presenting you with highly optimized versions of what you might want, the system creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. You act out the predictions the algorithm has already made. The system has shifted into an authorial role. It creates the narrative of your desires, and you, unknowingly, manifest that code in the real world. Friedrich Nietzsche warned that power is most effective when exercised through desire. Algorithmic control relies on seduction, pulling the observer into alignment with the system's goals. Your brain prioritizes efficiency over absolute truth. It is perfectly willing to accept pre-shaped, pre-approved thoughts because they reduce cognitive friction. Following the algorithm is simply easier than resisting it. Occasionally, the loop breaks. There is a rare, terrifying moment where the infinite scroll stops and the algorithm glitches. In that silence, the mirror reveals the emptiness of the curated self. This is the abyss. There is no stable, permanent you beneath the data. You are a pliable narrative project, constantly being rewritten. Surviving hyperreality requires you to accept this malleability. If you do not actively curate the contents of your own mind, the algorithm will think for you.